So I'm sitting on my computer reading a few comments, and after a while I thought I'd take a well-deserved break. So I put some Phil Collins on from his No Jacket Required album, sat back and I stared out up at the clouds outside the window. I looked at my favourite plant, who I call Sid, and I noticed that Sid was looking great with the daylight shining through it. And as I'm studying Sid, I see my brother outside and he's messing around with my darkroom. So I'm like, "Oi, what are you doing?" And he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Oh, whatever." Even George was like, "What is going on with them two?" So I went back inside, I opened my camera cupboard and I pulled out my Olympus OM20, my light meter and a cable release. I placed it all on my desk: light meter, camera, cable release, Ortho 80, Ortho 80, Ortho 80. Well, it just wouldn't land right, so I gave up with that. I restarted No Jacket Required and I went to the darkroom to load the film. He's still out there, so I'm like, "What are you up to?" And he's like, "I'm fixing your lock, it was broken." And I'm like, "Yeah, but you're getting in the way." He's like, "Oh, but I said, "Look, just go do something else, go. So I get in the darkroom, ready to load the film inside the OM20, and I hear the lock sound. The little shit, he's only locked me in. Lucky enough, George came to my rescue. He came and opened the darkroom door, and here I am now taking photographs of Sid. So that's pretty much where I'm up to at the moment. But literally, I was sitting there working away. I looked outside, and I just noticed how nice the light was shining through the leaf. And at that moment, I actually grabbed my DSLR and just took a shot of it and thought, "I wonder what that looks like." So I took my DSLR, took one photograph, and I thought, that looks really nice. So I decided to go ahead and shoot one frame on film. Before I carry on, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you get a notification next time I post a video. Cheers! So as you see, I've got my Olympus OM20 out and I put the roll of Ortho 80 inside. You'll notice that that wasn't a fresh roll, by the way. I'd already used some frames of it in the past before. So I thought I'd grab the Ortho 80 because I can use that in the darkroom under the safe light to show you guys loading the film, etc, etc. But the Ortho 80 is now inside the camera. All I need to do is just do some metering, get the plant in place, and then take my one photograph, cut that one frame out of the camera, put it inside inside the small film case or the film cassette, film whatever you call it. So I don't know what's it called, the film container. Stick it in there, put some Rodinal in, develop it, make a print, job done. So let's get what I need. I need my tripod, a little tiny bit of fill light. So we'll just pull the plant over a little bit, give me some space here. So this LED panel is going to be my fill. And my background is literally going to be the sky up there. So it's kind of like, the clouds have come over now, so it's kind of like a light overcast, which is all right. It's still the same lighting, but it's shining through that leaf. It looks really nice. Get my tripod in place, and I'm real limited for space. So this is pretty simple stuff. Get my OM20 on there. I'll get the cable release in because I'm going to be shooting a slower shutter speed. So you can see this is my background. So I'm going to have to shoot quite low so I don't get all the trees and stuff in, but the sky is going to be my white background, and I just need to fill a little tiny bit of this plant in. Not a lot, just a little tiny bit, just so I can, just enough to just light it up a little bit inside. Like so. These books will do. Just need to raise the plant up a little bit. It means I can get lower. Now I could take this outside and do it, but why? I don't need to. I've got everything here. So I've got everything in place. I'm ready to take the photograph. All I need to do is just do a little bit of metering. I'm going to do spot metering on the inside of Sid's little leaf here. Do a bit of spot metering there, which will give me a middle grey on that, which then means the background, the sky and that will be completely blown out, giving the illusion of being a white background. And then all this stuff will be very sort of low contrasty and paley white. Let's see if it works. Ortho 80. And that's given me 1/4 of a second at f5.6. So 5.6 aperture, which will be nice and sharp hopefully, and 1/4 of a second. You can't see the shutter speed, it's hidden behind the top of the camera, but there it is, 1/4 of a second. Got the cable release ready to take the shot. Done. That's it. Let's go and develop the film. Right, so I'm all ready to develop. The film is still inside the camera. Let's put that to one side. This is my setup. I've got my fix, my stop, and this is Rodinal 1 part to 25. That's going to go inside this little tiny tank. So all I need to do is cut the film out of the camera, put it into this tank, and then start my developing in the normal way. The only difference is it's all on a minuscule scale, which means everything's be done the same, but it's just much less developer, much less fix and much less stop obviously, and I'm only developing one frame. So let's put all this stuff to one side. That's the Rodinal there. So the rest of the process, even though it's ortho film, I'm just going to do this in the tank. I'm not going to take the film out and put it in the stop and put it in the fix under the red safe light. I'm just going to do it as I normally would. I'm just agitating for the next one. This goes on for, so 1 part to 25, it says 6.5 minutes. So this development is going to go on for 6.5 minutes, and hopefully that little strip inside there is now starting to develop. A little bit of agitation, and I'll just agitate normally as I would do a whole roll of film. So the fixing's all been done. It's the moment of truth. Hopefully it's come out all right. And that looks good, just what I expected. Let's pop it in this water here, and then a bit of rinse aid afterwards. We'll give it a wash, and then I'll hang it out to dry. So the negative came out really nice. It might have looked a bit dense on the video, but it's exactly what I was looking for. Very overexposed sky, giving me the white background, and then the rest of it obviously the white lily and the piece inside of Sid here, this middle bit, I don't know, the bobbly bit. Anyway, these are my test strips. So the first one I started off with contrast 0, because I knew that I couldn't just throw any higher contrast in, because I'd start really making this black. I don't want this part to be black. I want it to be kind of like a grey, like I said when I shot it, kind of going for middle grey. So I went for 15 seconds with contrast 0, and it was okay, but it really wasn't what I wanted. So I went for put a contrast 1 inside as well, just to see what that would do if I could try and build up this area here, you see. And the contrast 1 just slightly started to build up the highlight at the bottom, but it was making the rest of it go darker. Didn't want it. So I decided to kill the contrast on the paper, and I literally just flashed a bit of white light onto it and fogged the paper very slightly, just so it takes the inertia off the paper. So I've got 15 seconds with contrast 0. That was okay. Now I've got all the detail coming back, but it was too long. Again, fogged paper, 10 seconds with contrast 0. It was okay, a little bit lighter, getting where I wanted to be. And the last one I did was fogged paper, 5 seconds, contrast 0, and I got exactly where I wanted. This very light colour, you can just about see it, which is nice, and some nice tones as well going on at the top of the leaf. I then decided to use a contrast 5 filter for 3 seconds, just to boost these areas here and the stalk as well. And this is my full-size print where I ended up. So you can see it's looking really nice. I've got all the details and the tones that I wanted. Got this the stalk in the middle is lighter. The stem needs to be darkened a little tiny bit, and particularly the very tip of the flower there. I just want to make that a little bit darker. So I'm going to have to do some burning around this area, around here, and particularly down in the stalk. I don't need to touch the middle section. That looks fine. This all looks fine. And then finally get a border around the edge. Okay, so I'm pretty much where I need to be. So let's hopefully make my final print. And I'll just walk this through with you. I'll get my paper out. This is 9.5 by 12 inch paper. Kentmere VC Select Lustre paper. Let's set it underneath my cardboard template. Looks about straight. Blow off any hairs, and the first thing I need to do is just burst a little tiny fraction of a second of light without the negative in the carrier. Still got the contrast 0 filter inside, but it's got to be a fraction of a second. Done. That's all I needed. And this isn't no tested pre-flash or anything like that. All I'm doing is just roughly fogging the paper just so it fills in, takes the inertia off the paper. so it's not so white. So it will just fill those lighter areas on the Peace Lily, very light grey. So it doesn't look like it's got no tone whatsoever. So right, 5 seconds with that. Contrast 0, 5 seconds. Now that contrast 0 has just built up some of the highlights and some of the lighter tones. Now contrast 5, just for 3 seconds, that's going to now get into the blacker areas, which would be tiny bits of information inside the Peace Lily, but also on that main core in the middle. So let's do that for 3 seconds. Contrast 5, so that's going to hit the blacks and the stalk, or the shadow areas I should say. Keep the 5 in. Now I'm going to get my burn tool out. It's got the hole in it, and I need to now fill still with the contrast 5. And this is dodgy because hard for me because I've got the red light on so you guys can see, but hopefully I can see where I'm going. I might have to turn the red light off. So I'm just going to turn this red light off so I can see where I am with this burning. So I just want to burn the top of it. One, just stroke over it, so that's going to build up little bits of information at the top of the leaf. Because there's a contrast 5 in there, it will barely touch the white background. And just around the edge of the leaf, pretty much similar as what I would do in Photoshop. Just do a little tiny bit of burning around the edges if I want to make something stand out a little bit. Just slightly inside, and now onto the stalk. Just run out of burn card there. That's, so I'm just going up and down the stalk, and particularly at the bottom area, and that should be okay. Take the negative out, and this is where I'm just going to make a little border around the edge, just so it makes the print stand out a bit better. Take the contrast filter out, hit it with white light. 1, 2, 3, and the last one, 4, which is the top part of the print. That's just going to finish it off nicely. Time to develop. In it goes. You should start seeing that coming through any moment now. The border first. There comes the border. Next part is the stalk in the middle and the stem. And the final part the developer is working on is the leaf itself. That's looking quite nice. Now I think I've got there. Looking at this. So after all that with the square look, I didn't quite like it. I wanted to make the image a little bit bigger on the paper. So that's why I've decided now to do another reprint with pretty much a 10x8 insert there on my template. You can see the inscribes that I've done on the baseboard. That way I know where to put the paper when I'm starting to do the print. So same again, I've done my tests, it's pretty much not changed at all, so I'm going to go straight ahead and make exactly the same print, this time just using a 10x8 rather than the 8x8 square that I was using. So let's do exactly what we was doing before. Contrast 0 filter. So it was just literally a spur of the moment thing, sitting here, saw that Lily and thought, I'm going to take a picture of that. And like I said, I first took it on DSLR, and it would have been a lot quicker if I just left it as a digital shot. But no, I decided to pull out a half roll of ortho film, put it in the Olympus OM20, take it on film, take it in the darkroom and see what I can do with it. And that's one of the things that I love about making prints in the darkroom. There's so many variables, there's so many different things you can try to make a final print, you know, and no two prints are ever the same. So in this example, or in this instance, I decided to burst white light onto the paper through a contrast zero filter, literally a fraction of a second, which just took the whiteness off the paper, made it very, very, very slightly grey, and a little bit like pre-flashing, although I didn't go through all the tests of pre-flashing. I just went bosh, up and down with the timer, on and off with the light. And that's what I came out with. So I was quite happy after I'd done the tests that I managed to pull detail back in the bottom of the Peace Lily flower and continued from there. So I'm real happy with what I've got. These are the two prints. I made two of them. I'm glad I went 10x8 in the end and not kept it square. I just felt it was more suited in that format or that ratio other than square. So I'm going to put this one on eBay, guys. If anyone wants to support the channel and buy this print, I'm going to put it on auction on eBay. So I'll put the link in the description if you want to jump on there and grab this one. It's the only one I'm going to do. And the other one I've decided to put in a mount, and I'm going to need to find a frame for it, and that's going to go indoors somewhere. And because I love my plant Sid, which is sitting behind me. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks very much for watching. Thanks for all the subscribers, the guys that support me on Patreon and the members community on YouTube. I really appreciate your support. I'll catch you next time.